Yo, what's going on, FG fam? Welcome to another episode of the Detroit Tigers franchise here on MLB The Show 20. Today, we have the 8-1 Tigers going up against the 2-8 Astros. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. For the love of franchise content, it is all we do here, and we can build a winner together. Here it is, Comerica Park, beautiful Comerica Park. We are 8-1 on the season. Astros got off to a slow start, but they are pitching an absolute ace who is actually not playing that well this year. But Jordan Balazovic in his first start, a 2.25 ERA and a 150 whip. It is super early, though. He only went 4 innings in that start. So we are hoping that we can get a lot more out of him. Jose Altuve comes up and he laces one into the left field corner. All the way back goes Kendall Brown to make that play, but a leadoff double in the top of the first off Balazovic. Here's Michael Brantley, and he is going to bloop one into center field. McGowan going to try to make the play, throw to home, but it is not in time. And 1-0 Houston. Here's Dominic Smith. He goes down swinging. Blazovic's 90-mile-an-hour two-seamer to get us through the first inning. Now Noah Syndergaard. He is definitely an ace pitcher, but he's had 2 starts and a 9 ERA in 10 innings. It has not gone well for him. A 2.10 whip. He is just not pitching very well to start the season, but he gets Frankie Lindor to strike out, and then Ketel Marte coming up, lifting one into center field, shallow enough to make the play. And that would be your first inning. It's 1-0 Houston. They got 2 on in the top of the second. There's a base knock. They do not try to score the runner from third, however. And with 2 outs now in the top of the second, this ground ball will get us out of a huge jam. And Jordan Balazovic escapes. Now Alex Bregman in the top half of the third. Bregman bringing home the bread with the solo shot. Bregman's 4th home run of the year. That one traveled 386 feet to give Houston a 2-0 lead. Up comes Richie McGowan in the bottom of the third. McGowan's got this one going back to the wall and out of here. Richie McGowan with his 2nd homer of the year. If you recall, his first one was the walk-off on opening day. It took 9 more games in between that to get to this, 8 more games in between to get this homer here. A solo shot for Richie McGowan. Now Yordan Alvarez up in the top half of the 5th with a runner in scoring position. That is a deep enough fly ball to bring home the runner. And Houston on top 3-1. Ketel Marte in the bottom of the 6th. This one is going back into left field and to the wall. Jumping, no, it's a homer. Ketel Marte on the solo shot, 385 feet. They tried to bring it back into the park, but they could not get it done out there in left field. And Ketel Marte, that's what we pay him the big bucks to do. And a very clutch solo shot right there to make it 3-2 and bring us right back into this. Manuel Clase coming into the game. He pitched 2/3 of an inning so far this season, but he hasn't given anything up, and he's continuing it here as he gets the strikeout looking for the 2nd out of the top of the 7th. Then in the top of the 8th, this liner is going to get past Kendall Brown out in left field. And that is going to be a double, and a leadoff double in the top of the 8th. Wasn't really what we were looking to give up by Emmanuel Clase. So Seranthony Dominguez coming into the game. This is his 3rd appearance. He's pitched 5 innings thus far this season. And this one is laced into center field. That is going to score another run. So the Ketel Marte solo shot is erased, and the lead is back to 2 for Houston. Nice strikeout by Seranthony Dominguez there. And that would be 2 outs in the top of the 8th. We get through that inning, the rest of it unscathed. Then comes Colin Poche. Why? He has a 20.25 ERA. And right away, look at this. Getting to the bag. They could not make a good play on it. That brings up Josh Donaldson, and he is going to homer home himself and Ketel Marte. and tie the game with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. 426-foot moonball off of Poche. And that's why you don't bring in a guy in the latter stages of a game who has a 20.25 ERA. I know it's early in the season, I know, but a 20.25 ERA. Here's Miles Straw, and he's going to go down swinging in the top of the 9th. Dominguez trying to get through this. He's got 2 on. Now he's got 2 out as Altuve goes down really poorly. I guess he was not getting the trash can bangs there. And then this one is a liner at short, and Lindor takes care of it. They will bring in Brian Abreu. He doesn't have the greatest ERA either, and he's had 5 appearances. 8.10 ERA for him. Here's Adley Rutschman. This one is beautifully smacked all the way back, and that one is caught at the wall. Adley Rutschman, just not enough power to get it over that center field wall. Here is another bomb by Houston, and that is into the bullpen. Alex Bregman again. That's his 2nd one of the night, his 5th of the year, and that solo shot traveled 376. Ryan Presley coming into the game now for Houston, and he will face Richard McGowan in the bottom of the 10th. And Richie McGowan's gapping this one right into the left center field gap all the way to the wall. McGowan with his legs rounding 2nd and getting to 3rd with a leadoff triple in the bottom of the 10th. Exactly the kind of thing that we need. This hit goes up the middle, and we will tie the game off of a Ketel Marte single. And that is exactly what we're looking for. Enoli Paredes coming into the game for Houston now. He has pitched in 4 games for 3 innings. And that strikeout just looked awful by Donaldson. And they throw him out. Strike him out, throw him out. And now Nico Goodrum in the 11th. This one is laced back to the wall in right field. Diving, can't get there. And Goodrum will lead off the bottom of the 11th with a double, giving us a chance to end this thing. Jahmai Jones, though, strikes out with 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th, and we just could not get it done there. Now in the top of the 12th, Altuve goes down again. You can tell he doesn't have his trash cans. Alex Bregman, though, he's been dangerous all day. He goes down swinging. Joe Jimenez mowing down the Astros lineup. So now we go to the bottom of the 12th, and Lindor slaps at one and gets it into center field. Taking 3rd is Kendall Brown to make it runners on the corners for Ketel Marte. This one's bouncing. They're going for a double play, and they're going to get it. So they get out of the jam there. We go to the top of the 13th, and Joe Jimenez continuing to mow guys down. Smith goes down. King goes down. Reginald King the 4th getting struck out. Here's Garrett Stubbs going down looking. Striking out the side is Joe Jimenez. That'll bring up Josh Donaldson in the bottom of the 13th. A walk on a pitch that was actually in the zone. Will bring up Nico Goodrum, who gets the hit into right field. Now 2 on, nobody away in the 13th. They're bringing in Cionel Perez. He's had 6 appearances, 15.2 innings. He's not really pitching well against righties at all. And he's got a pretty poor ERA. Here's Nelson Barreto. He's a righty, but this is a double play ball, and Barreto will beat it out. Barreto gets to first, giving Adley Rutschman a shot, who thinks he's won the game. And it's caught in shallow right, so no dub yet. Still 2 outs. Jahmai Jones comes up. This is another bloop. And this one will fall. Tigers win. Josh Donaldson scores, and the Tigers have walked it off in the bottom of the 13th inning here at Comerica Park against the Houston Astros. Richard McGowan, the player of the game, he gets dumped with Gatorade. They got to do better graphics on that. Richard McGowan is the player of the game. He goes 4 for 6 with a homer and a triple. He just a double away from the cycle, and those are usually really easy to get for him. Syndergaard goes 6 1/3, gives up 2. He's got a 6.61 ERA on the season. Marte, Donaldson, and McGowan all hit homers. Jones, of course, adding the game-winning ribby. We will continue to beat Houston. We take the series 2-1 from them. We're 10-2. And now we have the AAA opener. Doing this one a little bit more abbreviated than in the past. Seeing as how these Tigers are looking pretty good, I want to kind of focus a little more on them this season, but we'll still have some AAA and AA, maybe some player lot games, and maybe big games here and there with those squads. So here we're doing a little player lock with Nolan Gorman, and Gorman hits this one out to right, but unfortunately shallow. He's got another chance to get some runs here in the top of the 9th against Deerdorf, who's pitched really well, but this one is going back to the wall, and it is gone. Nolan Gorman with a 2-run shot in the top of the 9th. What a bomb, 420 feet for Gorman. Obviously, first one to homer for the year, first one to get ribbies for the year for this Toledo Mudhen squad, who had a chance to go deep into the AAA playoffs, but they will lose here on opening day on the road to the Indianapolis Indians. Gorman, the only one who could drive in any runs, got himself a homer. Chapman with a double. Cervantes, kind of a mediocre pitching performance for our AAA ace, honestly. Deerdorf outpitched him like crazy. So let's take a look at AA. We brought in some new guys like Woody Madsen. So just to add him with some of the guys we have already had, Nolan Jones is down there as well. And Corey Corbett going to get some starts this year. Brian Mata is going to start for the Portland Sea Dogs, and here's a shot for Corey Corbett. That's into right field, but shallow and caught for the out here in the top of the 7th. Now top of the 9th, he's got a shot to maybe win the game if he can get like a double, but that one, again, shallow into the outfield, into center. And we will end up winning anyways in the 10th inning with 2 runs scored in the top of the 10th. Woody Madsen hit a homer, Amaya hit a homer, and Salinas hit a homer. So enough runs there. Valentine, mediocre pitching performance, but Cole Shackelford, really good in long relief out of the pen. He did a great job. And Mata, mediocre for him. Santos going to pick up the loss, 2 earned in 4 2/3. They left him in too long. Franmil Reyes gets traded to the Brewers from the Indians for Freddie Peralta and Thad Ward off the Brewers. So he is dumped off right before we end up playing the Indians. And we lose game 1 of that set 3-4. Joe Jimenez clearly blew something. And now we will take a look at the middle game of the set. They're 9-5. We're 10-3. So this is obviously a big matchup for us. It's an MLB Network game here at home in this lovely homestand we have been having. And Casey Mize, a pitcher we want to see a lot of, is on the mound. He hasn't had the greatest start to his season. He's 1-0 somehow in only 2 appearances with an 8.71 ERA and a 1.65 whip. We know he can do better. Christian Yelich is going to sit there looking at the slurve. He goes down, and opposing Casey Mize is Aaron Savale, who is pitching really well. One of the better pitchers in baseball, 3-0 in his 3 starts with a 1.45 ERA. And here tapping and not going to get to first, unfortunately, here on Jackie Robinson Day. And here's a hit down the line. That goes all the way down the right field line. We get runners on the corners with just 1 away. And that's an opportunity, and hitting it right up the middle is Jahmai Jones. That's going to drive in a run. So not only does he drive in the winning run of the previous game there that we have showed you, but he also gets the first RBI of this one. And that is a beautiful run-it-out play, just hustle play by McGowan. Lindor comes up. He's going to drive in a couple of runs. McGowan now on third. Ketel Marte is going to come up. He lifts one into right field. That one might have enough on it, and it does. It's out of here. Ketel Marte, 3-run shot. His 3rd homer of the season makes it 6-0. Tigers on top. So in the typical matchup where we would get blown out because the Indians were really good against us last year. They had that one game that I think was like 13-1. But here, we're blitzing them early, and they're going to bring in our old buddy, Matt Manning. He's pitched in 5 games, 16 total innings. He's not doing great, but he's not doing horrible for them. But he's going to give up a ribby right here. Probably, I don't believe that one's going to be charged to him. But it is 7-0. Gets the nice strikeout there on Kendall Brown. So that will move the game forward. Here's Casey Mize in the top of the 4th, and unfortunately, this one's going to be given a ride to the short porch out in right, and Christian Yelich with his 3rd of the year. He saw Ketel Marte, and he said, nah, that guy can't just pull ahead of me. Here's another one, though, in the top of the 5th with a runner on first, and this is way out of here. No chance of bringing that one back. That's Bo Naylor with a 2-run shot for his 4th homer of the year. He saw everybody get into 3. He wanted to get to 4. Here's another one driven deeply in the top of the 7th, and that is gone. All of these out to right field. That is Bowers, and he hits his 2nd homer of the year, a solo shot. That was Tukey Toussaint who gave that one up. So now here we get a double play ball in the top of the 8th. It is converted to prevent anything else. Aroldis Chapman, we paid him some money too. He's got a 0 ERA in 5 innings. Only a 250 average against righties, so the righties the only ones that can touch him. And look at this. Nice strikeout on the slider for him. Now with 2 away here, a dribbler for Christian Yelich, and he'll get thrown out at first base. Tigers win 7-4 against the Cleveland Indians in this one. Casey Mize picking up the win. Chapman with the save. Ketel Marte, player of the game. Obviously, the 3-run shot. A homer and 3 RBIs, going 3 for 4 on the day. Yelich, Naylor, and Bowers all getting homers for the Cleveland Indians. We knocked out Savale right away, and he was one of the better pitchers so far in this year's baseball. And Casey Mize goes 2-0. Not even with the greatest stuff or the greatest numbers being put up, but he does go 2-0. We do end up losing the series to the Cleveland Indians, though, on a 4-8 rubber game. Then the Braves want to offer us a trade. They want Richie McGowan, and they have to be absolutely out of their minds to think that I would ever give that man up. That is absolutely crazy. Corey Corbett was injured for a little bit, but now he's back. He was just kind of little tiny ailment. Tariq Skubal against Mike Clevenger. I think that's where we'll stop for this one. The Twins are 15-1. That is absolutely ridiculous. We're 13-4, and we're games out, like many games out when you think about it. So that's where we're going to go with this one, guys. Next episode should be another really good one. Make sure you drop a like on this one if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and for the love of franchise content, because that is all we do here. We can build a winner together, and if you want to see more franchise, click right here to see more franchise. I feel you,